We're here to discuss marketing trends within social media and why it's good to invest in social media spending. Title of the graph. We're going to talk about advertisement spending on social media sites by industry. And as you can see here, all the different industries, you can go ahead and take a look at them. We're going to go through each of them individually. And how much spending is, or the rate of spending for each of the industries. And this is our range. Went from 0 to 30 million. And we're talking about 1 month within the years of 2008 and 2009. As you can see, there is significant growth over each industry in 1 year, about 50%. Okay. I want to actually introduce Amanda, and she can elaborate a little bit more on what this means.
Hi guys. We believe that we should invest into social media because currently over the industry it shows that there's a 50% increase, and we believe that this is because it increases the customer engagement, it increases consumer base, and decreases the cost of marketing. I'm going to pass it over to Letitia so that she can further elaborate on these 3 points.
Good afternoon. I'm going to explain the 3 points that Amanda pointed out. It increases customer engagement because you can track and learn what the customer is looking for. What do they want to buy? So through social media, you can see what data that they gravitate towards. So if you advertise, with your advertising, you can see which way they'll rather go. Decrease cost of marketing because you eliminate the money you spend on circular discounts. Also, social media is more cost effective, and you can reach the masses all at once. It increases your customer base because you can reach customers you were never able to reach before. So at once you can reach millions all over the world, as opposed to before social media, you had to send out coupons and probably will only reach the United States. So in conclusion, we suggest that you invest in social media to increase customer engagement, decrease your cost of marketing, and increase your customer base.
Thank you.
Good job. Excellent. So comments for this group about how they presented their conclusion and how they used the data to support that conclusion. So what was their conclusion?
Why you should invest in advertising through social media.
Yeah, okay, so I thought it was a really clear and well-presented conclusion, why you should invest in social media, and you had some specific points, and you handled the transition between speakers well. It's very good. This is usually just a little bit more of an informal, sometimes groups will just send one person up, but you all had it. You had it prepared. So I would say great, clear conclusion and very well presented conclusion. So really nice job on that. I would say the thing that you could have done better, that aspect, was that I don't think your graph really supported your conclusion. The graph or the data didn't really support it for a couple reasons. One, because it's data from 7 years ago.
Do we know we're in do we
Yeah,
know
that's
we're
what I'm
today,
saying.
or do we think that maybe we're talking as of 2010?
Right.
I thought maybe
it
we were
is-
talking as of 2010.
Okay,
That's, yeah, that's.
okay.
'Cause sometimes you get old data and you're just like,
Alright, fair point, okay. If this,
Look.
if this were 2010, then it would not be old data. Yeah, the instructions were though to present a valuable, insightful conclusion to your MBA classmates, so guess we are your MBA, they are your MBA classmates, you know. They're not gonna get in a time machine and say this would be valuable if this were 7 years ago. But I do see your point. The other reason I don't think it really supported your data is because we can't see it very clearly. And we see, I think if you wanted to make this argument, you might have put it all together and just showed the increase
Okay,
overall. And there you would have seen a huge difference in 2008 and, you know, between 2008 and 2009. This is like yeah, I guess you're right. If I look carefully, if I work hard, I can see that the red line is bigger than the purple line. But even still, all the different industries confuse me. And I'm like, well, wait, what if I'm in this industry? What if I'm in that industry? So I think if you wanted to make that conclusion, I think just a different graph, and it would have been perfect.
But how are we addressing the different industries? Because what if she's within the software industry and you're within telecommunications?
Well, but you didn't address the different industries. Your conclusion was everyone should invest in social media for these 3 reasons, right?
because it increased 50% industry-wide.
Yeah. So if you wanted to say that, then I would have just used a different graph and it would have been perfect. If you wanted to address each of the individual industries, then you could have done that.
Done it differently.
Okay,
Thank you.
got it.
Good work. All right. All right, let me.
You're going to use the graph.
What's that?
You're going to use the graph.
You just pick the side. I believe people just travel industry.
Oh, they could have picked one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have. You could have done that. I guess that could be another way. Or they could have picked. They could have picked one with a large percentage increase. They could have picked this one and just used that one. I guess that could have been. I may have given them a hard time about not using.
Sorry.
I'm gonna give them a hard time about not using the whole data set. All right. Do you have a volunteer group for next? All right. Where's?
Oh, I put it in the first folder.
Oh, Mercy. You put it right in there? So you should be able to click forward now if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Tonight I'm gonna present the graph of 1 month advertising spending on social media sites by industry. These are the 13 industries spending from 0 to 30 million. As evident in this graph, social media advertisement spending has grown substantially across the industries from August 2008 to 2009. The 13 industries increased spending by $60 million and now is over $100 million in 2009. Now Dave will go more into detail on how the $60 million increase from 2008 to 2009.
Thank you, Danelsa. I will now go over the $60 million increase from 2008 August to 2009 August and how it's divvied up. The y-axis again is the dollars increase spent, but now it's from $0 to $18 million, and again, these are the 13 industries that we were looking at before. The takeaway from this graph is that there's really 4 driving factors into the increase of the $60 million in the year. The 4 driving factors are the entertainment industry, the public services, the telecom industry, and also the web media industry. We'll now hand it over to my teammate here who will go over the percent increase from August 2008 to August 2009.
So, I'm presenting the percent increase between 2008 of August and 2009 of August. As you can see on our y-axis, we have 0 to 1,000%, and we have the same 13 industries that we have been talking about. As you can see, that these all, from the first slide, these all have doubled over the year that that was used in the social media industry. However, we have the entertainment industry, which is an outlier, which is the leading, has almost doubled and 90 times fold in percent increase throughout that year. And the travel industry has also doubled in that social media industry. And so David is going to go back and bring it all together for us.
So this graph showed that we did have a couple of outliers, but in general, the industry as a total actually increased their sales on average 250% across the 13 industries, which basically the takeaway from that is that the social media spending and advertising industry-wide has increased substantially from August 2008 to 2009. Thank you.
Good, good. Comments for this kid? That's good. Oh, thank you. Comments for Team Danilsa, David, Venetia? What was their conclusion?
The percentage increase.
The percentage increase?
Over the 3 industries.
Over the 3 industries?
Yeah.
Okay, the percentage like it increased percentage-wise over 3 industries? Okay. Do we have any other assessments of the conclusion? Fatih? What was the conclusion of that last presentation?
Actually, I was thinking my presentation, sorry.
Understandable. Okay, I think the conclusion, it seemed, it was definitely hard to understand what the conclusion was. I think that's the most important takeaway from this presentation. I think it seemed that they were leading up to the very end when they said, let me take it back to, when Venetia said, let me take it back to David, and he's gonna sum it all up, and we're like, oh, conclusion. And I think what he actually said was that it has increased significantly over this year. Which I guess is fair enough. So if that was your conclusion, I think there could have been, let's see what we got. There could have been a different way to present it. And is that how you all would summarize your conclusion? What would you say your conclusion was?
Just overall, based on the 3 graphs that we presented, you can see that industries have more than doubled over the last year, or over the year between 2008 and 2009.
Industry spending has more than doubled? Okay, was that what you said, when you huddled up and said industry has more than doubled, industry spending has more than doubled over the last
We try
year?
to summarize all 3 graphs that we presented, just say in general, a general statement. The takeaway from all 3 graphs is that it's trended increase in spending from 2008 to 2009. That's the main commonality.
Okay, alright, so it said a couple things. One, if that was your conclusion, what might have been a better way to present that graphically? If the 5 people not involved in the presentation have a comment on that. Or even you all, as you reflect on that, would there be a better way to present that conclusion that everything has increased over this 1 year?
Well, you said, what you recommended to us by showing each year just as one and one.
Yeah, just showing each year. Say the whole dollar is increased, and you could even, in that case, have said the whole percentage-wise. You know, this is the dollar increase, this is the percentage-wise increase. So, social media is increasing. I might, to call that a valuable, insightful conclusion, I might have wanted to scratch the surface a little bit more. Like, why is it increased? What does it mean for my company? I would look for something like that. So I would say it's not the strongest conclusion to start with, and if it were your conclusion, I would have recommend maybe presenting it that way. The other thing I'll say about this is that you seemed to fall into the trap that most groups fall into, and I even told you this last week, that I'll tell you and you'll still fall into the trap because there's so much interesting stuff going on here. First we started with a bit of an overview, and then David actually said the 4 drivers of this increase are these industries. And then the next slide, like, whoa, all of a sudden what's going on here? We've got entertainment, and Venetia even said that that's she even used the word outlier. So it's like, okay, what's this huge thing that's drawing my attention? It's just an outlier, I shouldn't pay attention to it. So I think there was so much stuff. Like, what's going on? Are you gonna comment on these 4 industries and how they play into the conclusion? Or are you gonna tell me something about the percentage increase? Yeah, does that make sense? And then I would say, I want to say something about the very first slide too. Like, I don't know that it was necessary. What do you think, Danielle? So was it necessary to overview this slide? What was your objective when you were thinking about presenting this? What was our
Well, we try to present something in general, and then on the other 2 charts, like dividing into the dollar increase chart and then the percent increase chart. So.
Okay, and I really love this exercise because it's so easy to fall into these traps of trying to present too much, and it's a great exercise for us to reflect on and say, well, this was the conclusion, but it wasn't clear and could have been more clear with a slightly different diagram. So my comments are that this was just a general overview. It didn't really have a purpose. It didn't really give us information that was helpful, and we needed it because when we get to the next slide, we're hit with a possible conclusion of 4 different industries, but we're left hanging to an extent of what that means. And then we've got percentage increases, and then it's wrapped up with a very general conclusion that is distracting because of all the information that we've seen. Would you all agree with that in the audience? All right, but good job wrestling with all this data. And like I said, I don't mean to be critical. I say thank you for sort of diving into these areas and allowing us to think about how we would handle the nuances of percentages or dollar increases. So, let's move on to, do you have a comment, Maxine? No. Let's move on to the last presentation. All right, so this is, we've got the laser pointer if you need it, and the forward and backwards. Let me get set up here.
Hi guys. Actually, we're not gonna compare whole data. We just pick the side and travel business, travel industry and entertainment industry, because these 2 are getting more involved in social media. You gotta pay attention. And first of all, social media is going to play a role in travel business and highly, but it's not a new thing. It has been used by travelers to share their experience also, and people share their videos, photos, and blogs in the social media. and it's very important. There is some facts that more people between the age of 35 and 65 spend time on social media and watching television. And there's some numbers, and average 51 minutes a day people spending on social media. And I think it's very important for the travel business. And because 97% of millennials post about their travels on social media. And it's getting higher. And also statistics have also shown that almost 64% of travelers post their holiday reviews. And more than 52 travelers are largely influenced by social media when it comes to travel planning as well. Image sharing, blogging, video tours, custom Google Maps. And also, how do you use social media for travel industry? Let me explain to you. Become a brand that people connect with and offer the right deals to people and show your expertise as a travel agent. What do some companies do? For example, JetBlue provides prompt and personal service and pertaining to its new attraction, ticket discount and festivals. But Bootzone shares best travel deals and intriguing travel tales and articles. Finally, having a social media presence is essential for the travel industry, but that's not enough. There's something to do more. And the most important thing is remain connected with the potential customer on a regular basis. And Gökay is going to explain us the entertainment business and social media.
Hi everybody, this is Gökay. Today I'm going to explain entertainment on social media. Social media has become a new form of advertisement. 88% of consumers increasingly use Facebook, Instagram and Twitter to supplement their traditional entertainment experience. Consumers spend more time on social media platforms on a weekly basis than watching TV, viewing movies, and even more than listening to music and texting. According to this table, the entertainment companies spent more money advertising on social media in 2009 than 2008. There are three reasons for increase. First, advertising have capabilities to produce videos that keep people watching. Many people are watching increasing number of videos on social media. The other reason, consumers spend more time online. Digital marketing is becoming industrial standard, and company cannot afford to get behind. So more people are going to online business. With this shift, business have to ensure they are top of the search result on search engine and local directors. So digital marketing providers increase insight into customer behaviors, allowing better customer engagement. Smart marketing can understand how their customers interact online and gain contextual knowledge. In conclusion, as you know, social media is playing significant increase in advertisement spending in the entertainment industry because of changing habits of consumer. Thank you for your attention.
Good. Let me have that. Excellent. You guys went above and beyond, for sure. Some good slides, good information. How long did you spend on that? 2 days. 2 days? All, like the whole 2 days? Okay. Well, maybe you can use some of those slides for your technical presentation that you're gonna use next week, so you
It will
can.
be not actually PowerPoint we try to improve.
Okay. Well, so that's, I didn't want you to have to spend 2 days, but I hope you got a lot out of it.
No,
And maybe you can pull some of those slides when you do your technical presentation. This is actually more involved than some technical presentations that you're gonna do in 2 weeks. But let's talk about it. Now they didn't use graphs. In fact, I think this was the only graph that you used, right? It wasn't, so they took the data and then they took their interpretation and they said, let's take it one step further and explain why social media is playing such an important part in these two industries. Any comments on how effectively they did that? What worked? Why did it work? Anything they could have done better? Besides spend 3 days instead of 2? Amanda?
I think what works is the pictures, and as they were speaking, I feel like every picture kind of made a vivid, like, I guess, picture of what they're saying, like, going to their points. And I liked it was entertaining to keep me posted.
Pictures are good, they entertain their audience. And a picture serves the same purpose as a concise bullet point, it just guides your audience. So your audience has a guide of what you're talking about, and to Amanda's point, what's left for you is just for us to focus on you and hear you talk about it. Any other comments? So, yeah, I mean, really good stuff. You definitely get the prize for putting more effort into this particular assignment than I've ever seen. Maybe you can add to this, for your technical presentations, of course you'll do individually, but if you completed this together, you can share parts of it, I guess that's fine. You can add to this some graphs.
Yep.
And I think some graphs would help you in a couple ways. They would help clarify your points.
Okay, you compare,
Yeah, and they also just might focus you a little bit and say, this is the one thing I want you to take away, and give us some indication of what that is. And also you can use the take method and use the method, use various method of presenting those numbers. Like seeing some numbers I think would support this, so you could maybe use parts of this and do it with your technical presentation in 2 weeks. Any other comments before we wrap it up? Good job, good presentations tonight, I hope you got a lot out of the material. So we're on spring break next week, so have fun at the beach, Malibu, Florida, wherever y'all go these days. And then I will see you in 2 weeks from tonight to do your technical presentations. Look forward to seeing you then.
Thank you guys for letting me go through it. No problem.
Thank you.
I've seen.
Oh, I send your
Once we put the.
Just submit it when you can.
Okay.
Yeah, if you need a couple days to sort it out, don't worry.
Just I called the help desk, but didn't solve the problem.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh well, just, if you need a couple days, that's fine. Just submit it.
I can send you. Then I'll,
Okay.
Short version of
That's it.
I have a double. I swear, no, it was okay, it was okay. What was due for today? Right, I submitted that. So the last week was, or wasn't there something to last?
Oh, yeah, the oral presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you missed the oral presentation.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. Give a quick oral presentation. If you want to do it, you can. We'll find a time for you. But I don't actually grade on content, or I can. Did you watch the video? Alright, see you next week, or see you in a couple weeks.
I
Here's
need
spring
to
break.
submit to watch it.
Guys,
Okay.
Guys, I'm gonna do that in place of
Yeah, no, you're right. For some reason, I thought it was happening.
Ever since you gave me the phone, I
I
thought
don't know.
tell me something I'll do exactly what you just said.
Alrighty. That's all about.
Yeah. Wait for next week.
Good night, dude.
Oh my God, no, 15 times, I'm done.
7 minutes talking by
7
yourself.
minutes, I'm trying to practice at home. I tell my kids to sit down and listen.
Wait. How old
The rate conclusion, that's
So the ones that are home,
That's good.
14 and 10.
I have no, I have this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this.
That's a minute, Jack.
Probably says you have 5 out of 5. But check your
This
grade.
It's older.
Really?
Oh gosh, thanks. All right, ladies.
Your grade.
Have a good night.
Go to my grades. Good
Good
night.
night,
See you in a
good
couple weeks, Maxine.
Bye.
You were brilliant.
Thank you so much.
You got 5 out of 5.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Alright. See you in 2 weeks.
All right. Good night, Amanda.